Hey guys, and welcome back to Run With Me. It is week 8, workout 3, and today I'm actually excited to do my run. That's because I'm gonna do something different. I decided to look online for some interval training research. Number one, I wanted to make sure that I was doing interval training correctly. And number two, I wanted to see if there was any way that I could fine tune my interval training workouts. So my ultimate goal is that I just want to get faster and faster. So I want every single workout to really count. So I found out that I do have the gist of the whole interval training correct, in that it's a period of running slow for X number of minutes and then running fast for X number of minutes. And you just repeat that sequence for a specific period of time. So generally when I do my intervals, I start out with the first minute at 6.5 miles an hour and then the next minute at 7.9 miles an hour. Then I do 2 minutes at the slow pace and 2 minutes at the fast pace. Then I do 3 and 3, 4 and 4, and then finally 5 minutes slow and 5 minutes fast. This brings me to exactly a 4-mile workout, and that's where I want to keep my interval workout. So I don't want to do less than 3 miles for sure, and I think that 4 miles is just a comfortable workout for me on a regular basis. So the workout that I found actually recommends 3 different workouts to be done. The first workout you do once a week for the first 3 weeks. The second workout you do once a week for the next 3 weeks, and then the final workout you do once a week for the last 3 weeks or for the rest of the weeks leading up to your event. So I'm going to start with the first workout, which I believe is supposed to be the easiest. The first thing they recommend that I don't do is to do a 10-minute warm-up run. So I generally just jump right into my run with the first mile slow and the first minute slow and the second minute fast, then 2 minutes slow and 2 minutes fast. Today I'm actually going to switch it up a little bit and do my first mile at 6.5 miles an hour. So I'll have an entire mile warm-up. The workout then recommends that you do 8 intervals. So you would do the first minute at your fast speed and then the next minute walking. That I totally don't do. I do my intervals completely running. So I generally start with a slow interval too. So I do a slow interval and then a fast interval and then a slow and a fast. And it's slow running, fast running, slow running, fast running. So because I'm doing the first mile warm-up, I'll be running already slowly. So then when I jump into the intervals, I'll start fast first. So they recommend the first minute at your fast pace and then the second minute walking. That just sounds crazy to me, but I'm gonna give it a try. So then the third minute fast and the fourth minute walking, and then so on until you've done a total of 8 repeats. So I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Obviously I need to do more than 8 so that I can hit the full 4 miles. Once you do all of your repeats, then you do have a 5-minute cool down at an easy pace. So I will begin the run with a 1-mile warm-up at 6.5 miles an hour, and I will end the run with a half-mile cool down at 6.5 miles an hour. In between that time, I'm going to do intervals, 1-minute intervals. This is also where it gets weird for me because I usually track tenths of a mile rather than minutes. So because I'm going to be going so fast and then walking, I feel like it'll be best just to do what they're recommending and count minutes instead of tenths of a mile. So after my first mile at 6.5 miles an hour, I will then bump up the speed. I'm gonna try 8.5 miles an hour. It's only going to be for 1-minute bursts at a time, so I think it's totally doable. However, I want to do these repeats. I want to do 12 repeats. So if it gets pretty difficult at the end doing an 8.5-minute run for 1 full minute, I may bump it down to like 8.3 or even 8.0. But my goal is to do the repeats at 8.5 miles an hour for 1 minute and then walking for 1 minute. So this is going to be so foreign compared to what I normally do, and I'm really just estimating the time frame versus distance. So I think If I do 12 repeats, it should have me at about 4 miles total, but because I'm doing the repeats in minutes, it's just all a guesstimation at this point. So I hope I've explained this clearly. It doesn't sound very clear in my mind. Anyway, the gist of it is that for the next 3 weeks, once per week, my interval training will look like this. The first mile at 6.5 miles an hour, then 1 full minute at 8.5 miles an hour, followed by 1 full minute of walking, then another minute at 8.5 miles an hour, and another minute walking. That is 2 repeats. I'm gonna do a total of 12 repeats. So I have no idea how I'm gonna count these. I will probably count them on my fingers as I go. And then just watch the treadmill time to count the full minute. So I will do 12 repeats at 8.5 miles an hour and then walking. And then the last half mile, once I'm done with the 12 repeats, I will start a full half mile at 6.5 miles an hour. So I am a little nervous, but also super excited because this workout is going to be so different. Number one, I think it's really going to shake my body up, and because I'll be able to hopefully do the 8.5 miles an hour, which I have not done yet. I think at 1 minute intervals, I'll be able to do that. So I think I'll really be able to benefit from increasing to 8.5 miles an hour. And then secondly, because the workout is so different, I think the time is just gonna fly because I'm gonna be busy counting and trying to keep track of what number I'm on and am I going fast? Now I get a little walk break. So I think it's gonna be really interesting. It's gonna help shake things up, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it improves my overall speed run, which I'm doing on Mondays now, and next week I would like to do at 8.0 miles an hour. So we'll see how easy that goes next week after this interval run. Anyway, I will check back in with you guys. If you have any questions on what I've just tried to explain, let me know and I will try to answer more fully down below. Basically, I'm doing the same thing, same interval training, but I'm doing a better warm-up and a better cool down, and then I'm doing a faster fast interval and a slower slow interval and hopefully still end up at 4 miles. So I'll check in with you guys after I'm done. I also plan to do my 10 minutes on the rower. Not sure yet about the elliptical thing because I really just want to focus on the intervals. So I'll touch base with you after I'm all done. Okay guys, workout is over. I am not sure what to think about that workout. I think I am so used to being completely exhausted after any kind of speed workout that it just almost didn't feel right. I wouldn't say it was easy, but it was not exhausting. It was not really difficult at all. So first of all, I think that the full mile warm-up was a pretty long warm-up. I generally don't warm up at all, but a full 10 minutes, 10 miles, 10 minutes or 1 mile. I think 1 mile for me was like, I don't know, 8 something minutes. So it just seemed like a really long warm-up. And then once I got to the 1 minute intervals, each of the 1 minute sections, the intervals seemed really, the transition seemed too fast. Like there was not really time to settle into either the speed or the rest because I was constantly changing. So it just seemed like the transitions went too fast. On the other hand, because the transitions were going so fast, that the whole workout went by pretty fast, which I kind of figured that it would, because you're so busy like bumping the speed up, bumping it down, going up, going down, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, you know, you're just like constantly watching the time, changing the speed. So it went by really fast. I also like the fact that the walking break was a really good break compared to what I usually take. I usually do my interval breaks at 6.5 miles an hour. So to go from a very high speed to a walk was like a super huge rest. So that was kind of nice. But again, the transitions were so fast that you couldn't really settle into anything. And then the speed part of the workout, 8.5 miles an hour for 1 minute was fine, was totally fine, like too fine. Like I expect a speed workout to be so hard that it's really difficult to achieve. That was not really difficult. It was challenging in that I don't usually run 8.5 miles an hour, but it was only for a minute, so it was not too long or too difficult. So I also did end at exactly 4 miles. So I timed it right. I did the number of repeats correct. I did 12 repeats. But I don't know. The overall time was also much slower than I normally run 4 miles in. Even if I run 4 miles at 6.5 miles an hour, I feel like it's maybe finished a little faster than that. So I think I finished the 4 miles in like 38 minutes or so. So overall, it just seemed a lot slower to me than I expected, and especially for a speed workout. Like I'm expecting a speed workout to be super difficult. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm happy with that. I definitely need to fine tune it or personalize it to what I'm used to. I think that I probably need to trust the science behind the run and maybe just go with it for another couple weeks. But I definitely feel like I need to increase the speed because the 8.5 miles did not seem like enough. So I think for next week I will do the same interval workout because I want to give it a good shot and see if I do these intervals differently, maybe the way people traditionally do them, then maybe I'll see better results in my speed. So I want to give it a fair shot. So next week I will do the workout again, trust the science behind it, but just bump up my speed. So I will probably do 8.8 miles an hour next week. So that will be 1 minute at 8.8 miles an hour and then 1 minute walking. As if the transition wasn't so severe already today. It's just so weird to be on the treadmill and to bump it up so fast and then to bring it down so low. I did my walking intervals at 3.8 miles an hour. So I went from 3.8 to 8.5. And it takes a good couple seconds for the treadmill itself to adjust to that speed. So it's not like you're like, boom, there. It takes a while to get up to the 8.5 miles an hour, and then it takes a couple seconds to get back down to the 3.5 miles an hour. So I don't know. It was just a weird workout, something I am definitely not used to, but something I should probably really give a fair try to. I don't want to mess up my speed for the triathlon when I feel like I'm doing so well already. So I guess if I feel like this intervals workout is not helping or is actually harming my speed workout, my regular speed workout on Mondays, then I will not do it again. But I won't know that until Monday. So it's just one workout, so I don't think it can really hinder my progress that much. I'm hoping for it to really help. So I think I just gotta do it again and see how it goes. So that was my experience with a new workout. If you guys are interested in seeing where I got the workout from, it was from runnersworld.com, and I will try to remember to link it down below. If I don't though, please feel free to ask me in the comments and I will send you directly to the link. I also did my 10 minutes on the rower tonight, and I did the 5 minutes on the elliptical. Remember, I'm doing the elliptical strictly for the arm workout. It is the elliptical that has the handles. So I did the elliptical at level 20. so that I could really focus on pushing and pulling the handles. So I did that for 5 minutes. I didn't know if I was going to do it or not, and then I figured, oh, what's another 5 minutes? And it seemed to go by pretty fast, so that was okay. That is my workout for today, week 8, workout 3. It was a different one, so we'll see how it goes for the next week. I will try it again, and tomorrow is an outside run for me. I want to say that's going to be easier because what I have been doing is kind of just going at a nice natural pace outside for my outside runs, because I haven't been running outside very much at all. However, I think I need to challenge myself a little more on my outside runs. So I need to either do the hill, which I have done the last couple times, and which is slightly challenging, or I need to run the flats and push myself harder. So the last couple times I've run outside, I've done the hill and not really pushed myself, so maybe I need to do the hill and push myself to go a little faster. Anyway, tomorrow I need to challenge myself a little more as well. So I hope you guys had a good workout today for Wednesday, and I will see you back here tomorrow for workout 4 of the week. Bye, have a good night.